Does lighting your videos seem a little bit complicated? Well, if it does, stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing with you 1 do and 3 don'ts to keep lighting your videos simple. So the key when it comes to lighting is to make sure that you are facing the light. So this is your do. Whenever you're lighting your scene, whether it's lighting yourself or lighting your subject, make sure that you are facing the light. Now what you don't want to do is to use overhead lights, and I think this is the default that we might go with, because in our house we have overhead lights and we might just turn the overhead light on and start filming. The problem is we don't actually look that great with the kind of overhead light look. It gives us some weird shadows and it just doesn't look that great on camera, especially if you're using fluorescent lighting, because then you get an orange glow as well and it can just look, it just doesn't look nice. Another thing to remember is not using the overhead lighting, you don't want to light from below as well. Now this can happen if you are going to be using a table lamp, for example. If I put a table lamp here and it might just shine up at me, then it's going to give me some weird shadows on my face and I don't want that. Another thing you want to avoid is mixing your lighting temperature. Now I know this sounds technical, but basically what this means is you want to avoid mixing daylight and tungsten light. Now tungsten light is what your household lights are basically. It's a warmer light, so when you turn the lights on it has a warmer glow than daylight. So if you are going to shoot with daylight, let's say you're going to use window light, make sure that you turn off your household lights so that they're not on in the background. If you decide to shoot with your household lights, then make sure you close your curtains so that there's no daylight coming in and mixing the light that way. So there's no right or wrong in which you want to use in terms of whether you use tungsten lighting or whether you use a daylight, but make sure that you're not mixing the two. Now if you're going to be using studio lights, that gives you a lot more flexibility in what you can do with your lighting options. So you could use a ring light, which would be directly in front of you with the camera kind of sitting in the middle. Now this is great for even lighting on your face because it lights the entire face evenly, and it's great for makeup tutorials and things like that. Now if you wanted a little bit more contour, then you might want to use a softbox, which is what I'm using right here. It gives a little bit more of a shadow on this side of my face, and you can manipulate it as high, at 11 o'clock type of look for a more dramatic look, or just slightly above. So right now I just have mine slightly above, probably at this sort of angle, but you could do it at a steeper angle as well, depending on the kind of look that you want to go for. Just make sure that it's not directly overhead and it's not looking up at you, because that will cause those weird shadows. Now if you're creating videos for courses or membership sites or even YouTube videos, then be sure to check out my Course Creators Blueprint for recording video lessons, which includes a checklist, and you can find a link to that in the description below. And also let me know in the comment section below, what is your biggest challenge with lighting, because it may be that I can do a video on this later on. So let me know, and if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for more videos related to creating online courses using video. Stay creative and we will talk soon.